Good evening and welcome to Sunset News this Thursday evening.
As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather and sports. I am Diana Master.
And I am Glenn Rashipura. Getting into the news tonight, shortly after announcing another unemployment protest slated for Independence Day this year, social activist Michael Amushelelo shared the establishment of a retail workers union. Amushelelo shared the news of the union on social media, saying his focus this year is the plight of retail workers in Namibia who can become members of the union at $100 million once-off fee. We have submitted our application for registration with the Ministry of Labor, Industrial Relations and Employment Creation for now. Our focus is workers in the retail industry. If you would like to apply for membership to join our union, kindly request for membership form via our email, WhatsApp, or you can also apply at our office in Sun Industrial Park, Unit 27, La France Industry, Windhoek, Namibia. Now, the post reads, veteran economist Herbert Yach said the rise of more unions in Namibia questions the quality of work done by current registered unions. Maybe if one looks at it in context, we already have 45 registered trade unions in Namibia. They altogether cater for roughly 100,000 to 140,000 workers. Now, that is a fairly small number of members per union, so it hasn't helped them because there are now more and more unions in the country. One could argue that having fewer but stronger unions has been more effective, he told Namibian Sun.
I definitely understand where he's coming from, right? Because if you have so many, it's hard to see the effectiveness of them.
Yes, and also it's so many people, and then you are dividing that 100,000 people, 140,000 people in so many unions, so they are less effective.
Exactly.
So if you have 2 unions or 3 unions that have a lot of members and that are more effective in terms of, because they have a lot of more people, I think that's a great, way to start. But I do want to applaud, Michael Amushelelo for, studying a union, and because he has been very vocal about the mistreatment of workers in Namibia for eons now. So I guess this is the right step, and it's the right step legally.
I definitely agree. Yeah. Going into 2024, we're definitely going to see how much more he plans to do. Already he has made it very vocal that he is planning another unemployment protest. So it seems that 2024 is the year for Michael Amushelelo. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. In the next of our top stories, the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture announced that the Namibia Senior Secondary Certificate Ordinary and Advanced Subsidiary levels NSSCO and NSSCAS results for both full-time and part-time candidates will be released on Wednesday, the 10th of January. The results will be available on the website of the Ministry of Education or via SMS services, as well as through print media. Education Minister Anangi Pondoka will officially announce the results on said date at 10 a.m. at the Government Office Park Auditorium.
I'm actually curious to see how the learners do this year. I believe last year was the year that people saw
a massive failure rate. Well, partly because the curriculum had changed. Yes. I have a sister who was victim to that, to the curriculum changing, and she was explaining that the whole system changed, which in turn threw most of the learners off. So hopefully now, because the new curriculum has been in place for a while, learners and teachers have found a way to correctly,
exactly.
work on it.
And from what I also heard, I also had a sister as well. What they explained was it changed almost overnight for them and the teachers. So it was like people were getting their footing.
People were still finding their footing. But hopefully now, like we said, it has been in place for a while. So hopefully both the teachers and the learners found a way to, actually work on it properly.
I totally agree. Moving on the 21st of December, President Hage Geingob signed into law the Magistrates Courts Amendment Act 2023, which increases the jurisdiction of magistrates' courts to impose restrictions on the auctioning of immovable properties belonging to defaulting clients. One of the key amendments is that houses repossessed by banks must be sold at their market value. Houses must also be sold to the highest bidder, who must pay according to the market value of the property, among other new clauses. The old act has been in place since 1944.
Now, after the break, we get into our story of the day and we take a look at Police Inspector Joseph Shikongo saying his accident was politicized. Stay tuned. In our story of the day, Police Chief Inspector General Joseph Shikongo says that the accident in which he was involved on the 30th of December 2022, where 3 people lost their lives, has been politicized. Shikongo remarked during a stakeholders meeting in Oshakati in the Oshana region. The police chief said the matter is being addressed traditionally. This week, Namibian Sun reported on the demonstration which took place in Ondangwa last Saturday, where family members of one of the deceased, together with members of the Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters, petitioned that Shikongo should be arrested and relieved from his job. This video is courtesy of Kenya Kamboy.
Where 3 people lost their life, younger people actually. And we continue to say their soul rest in peace. And how I survived that accident is God knows. But then people, at the end of the day, they politicized it, become a political issue. We have seen even on the 30th, there was a request made to the regional commander of a letter. That unfortunately from a political party. Instead of the family, that the family wanted to stage a demonstration against me on the accident. And as the Inspector General, I give a go ahead. I said, yes, let's we allow the family to demonstrate and a petition to listen to what they have to say, which of course it happened on the 15th. People they came together and of course families probably of other deceased were not in there, but there was a particular family that actually came with the members of the political party. And in a constitutional democracy, this is what happens. And now I just want to emphasize that we as people of this country, I don't think anybody will have an audacity of crashing the vehicle of the other vehicle, or causing an accident for that matter in the Ishinas. We said let they allow the process to take it its own course. That's basically the court processes. And then we have also very strong roots in terms of our traditions. That matter has been taken to traditionally, and some of the matters are actually being resolved traditionally. So, Commissioner Zakaria indicated how peace is so precious, how important.
You know, Diana, I am very interested to see what actually happened on December 30th, 2022, because there's 2 sides to the story and we don't know exactly what happened. There is still a pending investigation. I mean, we've been reporting on this story. So I'm quite keen to find out what exactly happened
Well, you know,
on December 30th, 2022.
you said there's two sides to a story. I believe there's always three sides to the story. There's your version, my version,
And the
then
truth.
the truth. Yes.
Yes.
So we are going to be waiting to see what happens, and of course we will be updating you as the matter progresses.
Now moving on, in our community talk segment, a decline in crime rate has been seen this festive season. We expand on this after the break.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
The head of community policing in the Erongo region, Inspector Eleni Shapumba, says that in comparison to other years, this festive season saw a decline in crime rate. Let's take a look.
Well, we can inform the public to say, compared to other festive seasons period, this one was a little bit calm, of course with unique cases or cases with unique circumstances. There was a road accident where a person lost their life on the 24th of December on the road between Caribbean and Usakos. There was a murder case that was reported in Mondesa. There were 2 kids that drowned in Hendy's Bay. We had a case of murder in Hendy's Bay that could be compared to a passion killing on the family day that happened between a boyfriend and a girlfriend. Whatever happened, whatever caused that, we do not know. But it was reported that in the process, the boyfriend then attempted also to kill himself, but did not succeed in doing that. Those are cases that happened during the Christmas weekend. And then it became very, very busy, especially on the New Year Eve and the New Year weekend. We had a case of culpable homicide where the young children were driving on the dunes. As a result, the vehicle rolled and then, unfortunately, a precious life was lost in that accident. We had a case of murder that was reported in the town of Waushbai, where over 50 or 53 years old man was killed. In the process, it's also suspected that he was raped by the perpetrators. We are proud to say we have arrested the suspects in this regard. The phone was traced and we are busy with investigations to that effect. We always indicate to say we exist for the purpose of preventing crime. But if it happens that a crime then takes place, then we have to redouble our effort to make sure that we investigate thoroughly, we arrest those that are involved, and we present the evidence before court so that people can answer to the charges that are brought before them. That is crime combating.
I mean, this is definitely good news that there's a decline in the crime rate over the festive season. Hopefully this continues into 2024, 2025, and so on.
Definitely. Now, after the break, according to Economic News, the construction sector is poised for recovery. Don't go anywhere. We'll return with the full story.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Getting into our Market Watch contribution, a number of scheduled development projects are expected to rejuvenate the construction sector and contribute to economic growth in Namibia, High Economic Intelligence Managing Director Salomo Hay anticipates. The construction sector in Namibia has faced significant challenges, primarily due to the government's fiscal consolidation and the lack of substantial spending on infrastructure projects since 2015, but Hay anticipates the situation is about to change. In 2023, the sector experienced contractions during the second and third quarters, following initial growth in real value added during the first quarter. This growth was attributed to increased government expenditures on roads, railways, and water infrastructure. The deep contractions observed in the second and third quarters of 2023 were a result of reduced government spending on transportation infrastructure construction projects. However, there is optimism for an upturn in the construction sector as several key developments are expected to unfold, Hay said in an economic outlook brief issued this week. He added that the initiation of the green hydrogen pilot projects is anticipated to contribute positively to the construction sector. Additionally, a noteworthy agreement is expected to be signed between the Namibian Ministry of Finance and Public Enterprises and the German Development Bank, securing a concessional loan of $1,026,650,000 Namibian dollars for the financing of 2 wastewater treatment plants.
All right, let's take a look at our financial indicators. The Namibian dollar trades against the British pound at 23.66, against the euro at 20.44, against the US dollar at 18.71. 2 Namibian dollars and 61 cents gets you 1 Chinese yuan. On the commodities market, platinum and copper went down while gold and Brent crude oil went up. Brent crude oil trading at 0.48%, going for $78 per barrel.
In international news after the break, the White House sees no indication Israel is behind explosions in Iran. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the full story.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nhh.com.na.
Getting into our international news, the U.S. has seen no indication that Israel was behind 2 explosions that killed nearly 100 people and wounded scores at a ceremony in Iran on Wednesday, January the 3rd, to commemorate Commander Qassem Soleimani, who was killed by a U.S. drone in 2020, White House National Security spokesman John Kirby said. Let's take a look.
We aren't at a point now where we have a lot of great detail on this bombing. Certainly, our hearts go out to all the innocent victims and their family members who are obviously, their lives are going to be forever changed by this. But we don't have any more detail in terms of how it happened or who might be responsible for it. We have no indication at this time at all that Israel was involved in any way whatsoever.
No indication, but just to be clear, you don't think, did they support or assist in some other way?
I'm not going to speak for another nation. I would just tell you that we have no indication that Israel was in any way involved in this.
And given that this was the Soleimani anniversary, did you have any intelligence that something was being planned for this day?
We certainly had no indications that there would be some sort of violence surrounding the anniversary of his death. These things appropriately in defense of their country.
Stick around, we bring you the weather predictions right after this.
Neopaints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neopaints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neopaints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Let's take a look at our weather predictions for tomorrow. Katima Mulilo can expect some showers with a minimum of 20 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius. Oshakati can also expect some showers with a minimum of 24 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius. Hendy's Bay can expect sunny weather with a minimum of 18 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 22 degrees Celsius. Rehoboth can expect some showers with a minimum of 21 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 33 degrees Celsius.
In sports news after the break, we take a look at the final 23 men's squad for the Brave Warriors. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraifa. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
In the first of our sports stories, Tafellaga Brave Warriors coach Colin Benjamin has unveiled his final 23-man squad who will compete at the Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire this month. The squad will face Tunisia, South Africa and Mali in Group E. The final squad consists of Lloyd Kathapua, Kamayanda Ndisiro, Edward Maova, Ananias Herbat, Ryan Nyambe, Rian Hanamub, Kennedy Yamutenya, Denzel Hwawuseb, Charles Hambira, Aprocius Petrus, Ivan Kamberipa and Lubeni Haukongo, Ngero Katua, Marcel Papama, Petrus Shitembi, Prince Shiweda, Weturu Kambato, Wendell Rudolph, Absalom Imbondi, Peter Shalulile, Dion Hotto, Jocelyn Kamatuka and Bethuel Mutheu.
In our next story, a farewell function was held for Namibia's under-19 men's cricket team yesterday evening before they left for South Africa to compete in the under-19 Cricket World Cup. Well, best of luck to both teams, the the Brave Warriors and the cricket team.
Now, in the last of our sports stories, Scottie Scheffler won his second straight Jack Nicklaus Award as the PGA Tour Player of the Year for the 2022-2023 season. Scheffler is the first player to win the honor in back-to-back seasons since Tiger Woods won 3 in a row from 2005 to 2007. The PGA Tour also announced Eric Cole as the winner of the Arnold Palmer Award as the tour's Rookie of the Year. Both awards were determined in a vote by tour members who competed in at least 15 FedEx Cup events.
With that, we've come to the end of our sports news and the end of the broadcast. Thank you for joining us on this lovely Thursday evening.
From me, Diana Master and Glenora Shipura, this has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.